During the time when CZ, the founder of Binance, is launching his own meme coin of his dog, what you have to do is just stay focused on altcoins. We have just seen a small movement just yesterday. The position that you will be taking currently can easily influence the whole financial future of your whole life at this stage. This is how important these current days are. And I have a feeling that the current situation will only prolong for either today or tomorrow or just a couple more days. We really should be at the end of the final resolution of the current price action in the crypto market. What I think is we are heavily sending higher from here. Today, we're talking about top 3 altcoins to actually be buying for the month of February, with fundamentals, with all the crazy good stuff out there. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and push the bell notification on not to miss these videos moving further in the future. Without further ado, let's start. However, before we start, want to see something crazy? Let me show you. This is the chart of BTC dominance. And what I want to do is very basic and stupid analysis out there. I would take daily price action for BTC dominance. I will just compare it with the previous cycle. Do you remember why I'm constantly telling that with our analysis in this cycle we're actually delayed by 1 month? Why I'm saying that is because if we would actually take a look at the absolute all-time high for BTC dominance, at least locally currently at this stage, it happened on 3rd of February, exactly, right? When was the all-time high for BTC dominance set in the previous cycle, exactly before the alt season? It happened exactly on the 3rd of January, which is insane, especially considering the fact that the price action that led to this BTC dominance local high is very similar to the price action that we are seeing currently, right? And what we are trying to understand, following the same logic, is what actually might await us. When are we going to see this final drop of BTC dominance, which will finally send us to the alt season? In order to do this, currently in the 13th of February, we just have to check out what was happening on the 13th of January last cycle in 2021 before the kickoff of the alt season. What was happening is that we were only 2 days before the actual drop of BTC dominance. We just sent altcoins, sent Ethereum, and all the good stuff actually started to happen, right? However, I want to share a word of caution right here, right? Because what do we see here? We see this week, this last final week on BTC dominance that happened exactly before it finally sent, right? We also kind of can see this pattern playing out, which is very interesting because we can kind of reverse it on alts. And it would be this thing that a lot of people are essentially talking about currently, that you should be entering longs right here. We are right now right here. Therefore, we might actually be experiencing 10 to 15% drop from these levels. To be honest with you, just today I entered some high risk, high leverage longs, which means that if we are seeing this last drop, if we are seeing this last week that happened before the previous kickoff of alt season, right, which I think is quite natural to happen, because what they usually are doing, what these market makers are usually doing, is at the end of the time capitulation, they're usually printing the last small drop. And some people like Crypto Kappa, they're essentially calling at this stage for Ethereum to go to $2,000 and things like this. But I do think that the sentiment is so bad at this stage that just a small drop, just a small bit of pain would make people feel very bad. I felt it yesterday when we just got CPI print that was increased by 0.1 in comparison to the expectations, right? The atmosphere was really bad. People were very emotional. People are on the edge currently. That's why they not need to send this BTC dominance like back up, even in the case of the last cycle before the start of the alt season. They just need a small spike up. It will drop out 10, 15, 20% from the current levels. Bunch of people will get liquidated one more time. I might be liquidating quite a substantial amount of money. I'm just high risking right here, right? And after that, they will be finally sending. This is something I'm seeing because they don't have time. Don't have time on RSIs. They don't have time on the charts. They should be sending. This is the overview. And the reason this is crazy is because timing-wise, the drop in the alt season started in 2 days from now, January 15th, following the BTC dominance chart of the last cycle, right? Let's see what we are seeing tomorrow, right? I feel like resolution should be coming very soon, but I also feel like psychologically, logically, on the place of these guys, I would also do last final draw, because there are still some people longing, and there are still some people longing with high leverage as well, thinking like, man, like it just could not go lower at this stage, right? And it can. I'm not thinking that alts actually going to print low from here, right? I'm just thinking that they might just drop us slightly low from these levels. Coming back to the main topic of the video, top 3 altcoins to buy in February 2025. First of all, we have to focus on Ethereum, because we do understand that alts, they are not going to move without the move on Ethereum. Banks are coming for your Ethereum. Breaking. The biggest US bank, Goldman Sachs, with 2.8 trillion just bought $450 million in Ethereum ETF. Banks are coming for your Ethereum. Obviously, this is also a very, very small sum, but again, these are just the buys that they're sharing publicly. And there are reasons of why they're usually sharing things publicly, right? And oftentimes when we see these things as retail market participants out there, these things, they are already priced in into the charts, because we are the last to see these things when it's on the news, right? But it's also a very, very, very interesting sign. Like they definitely, 100%, I'm telling you, they definitely have accumulated billions of dollars more, just not publicly, just in a hidden way. And this piece of accumulation, they're sharing publicly. Ethereum is bullish and should give rise to alt season. Massive whales are buying Ethereum. And what we see here, 2 whales have bought $170,000 Ethereum, worth $442 million in the past 72 hours. Retail is panic selling Ethereum. Whales are loading up Ethereum. Trump again bought $5 million Ethereum. They know something about Ethereum we ain't aware of. And actually, just recently, we got the piece of news that staking will also be allowed in the ETF, which makes it huge because it makes it just closer to the stocks out there. And if you remember my theory about Ethereum, I do believe that Ethereum is actually the main bet of the US government. I do think that they try to fool everyone else with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is anti-dollar and Ethereum is the layer that they would be able to put their stablecoins transactions on. And Trump mentioned at the start of the presidency, after the meeting with the CEO of Coinbase, they mentioned, well, I think I actually just read it somewhere, that they would be planning to create a global stablecoin economy, that everyone from any point of the world would be able to open up a business in the US and use stablecoins to receive and send payments to employees, receive payments from the clients, which is huge. Everyone would be tapped into dollar right away, straight away. Everyone would have access, and stable coins would be there. And the layer for all of this operation is going to be Ethereum. $100 million. Breaking. Whale just bought 36,000 Ethereum, worth $100 million on Binance. Something big is coming for Ethereum. And all of this news, they're actually recent news. Like, it's not just news from like 2 weeks ago, right? 3.5 billion. Aircraft alert. BlackRock buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. BlackRock currently hold 56 billion of Bitcoin and 3.5 billion of Ethereum. Something tells me that often, very, very soon, this ratio is actually going to change. They will have more and more in Ethereum, and they will be repositioned to Ethereum themselves as well. Most likely in some hidden wallets, they're already doing this. Whales, Ethereum mega whale address count. Binance more than 10,000 Ethereum. We're seeing that the amount of these addresses is actually going higher. Some people might say that they're going Binance to sell, but from my point of view, they are 100% accumulating. Whales holding 10,000, not $10,000 worth of Ethereum, 10,000 Ethereum has risen 2.3% since February 1st. It's insane. So whales are really accumulating Ethereum heavily on this dip. They're pretty much just following the President of the United States of America. You don't have to do anything at this stage. Just have to follow President of the United States of America. And instead of jumping on the cock of your influencer, you have to jump on the cock of the United States Presidents of America, right? 3 alts that benefit from this the most. These are essentially my view and my takes at this stage. First of them is BNB. BNB is obviously, like, I would not say like it's benefiting the most from the kickoff of the alt season, although it definitely is. I do believe something I was actually predicting, something I was sharing posts on X that got tens of thousands of views, that Solana is going to weaken currently, and many chains will try to take the spot of Solana in the meme coin casino game. We're already seeing attempts from BNB, which are probably like the biggest and the most successful at this stage, right? The only issue I'm seeing, CZ, if you're watching this video, what you should do is you should actually start the in-house market making department and start pumping multiple meme coins on BNB, because this is what Solana meme season was different with. You actually failed in the summer, the first time you tried to do this thing when you went out of jail. You need to create an internal market making department that will be pumping new projects to 200 million, 300 million, 400 million. This is what is actually going to create wealth effect on chain. This is what will bring a bunch of buyers to the BNB token, underlying BNB token. This would even push PancakeSwap more, right? This is the thing to do, Because who actually were the internal market making department for Solana? Godbit. They were this department. They pumped multiple meme coins to hundreds of millions, creating wealth effect. Therefore, influencers came to rob these people that acquired wealth, because influencers were salty that they did not participate. WIF came as a first Cabal influencer coin out there. They pumped it to billions, right? And Solana also helped them to do this. So what you have to do currently is create internal market maker department to launch one meme coin after a second, after third, and pump one thing to billions as well, maybe two, right? Because in Solana case it was Bonk and it was WIF. This is it. This is it. This is all you have to do. This is multi-million dollar information that will put BNB to $1,500 a coin at least. And I'm sharing this for free with you, CZ. BNB is breaking out. Time for a new all-time high. Join our TG for more. Now, breakout is just starting. I think you will be making money if you will be buying BNB, but I think there are just better things to actually invest. CZ is watching all this and is pumping memes. Crazy, right? I was talking about this, like, I think I first formed a thesis about the meme coins being the best marketing tool out there back in start of 2024, probably end of 2023. It was like, in a way it was obvious because Avex Foundation and Solana definitely did it already, right? But it's insane that only like after a year, a lot of change, they still neglect this tool. Or maybe they're just waiting for the better time, but like this is the best marketing ROI, this is the cheapest marketing ROI, this is the most effective ROI that you can only get on your marketing. It's insane. And I have the whole blueprint. All you have to do is copy the infrastructure from Pump Fund and copy the trading tools. You can even have them for the chain to burn and buy back the coin of the chain, the token of the chain. You actually buy the supply on the biggest meme coins on chain that you have currently. You pump them. At the same time, you create internal market making department. You start to pump multiple coins to hundreds of millions of dollars. You take one or two coins, you pump them to billions, and this is it. You are adding two, three, like you're adding tens of billions of dollars into your market cap. Investors are happy, everyone is happy, your chain is the top. Bunch of scammers and ruggers are coming to your chain to steal all the money from these people that you just gave this money to. But the perfect thing of this thing is that, yes, you are giving money away to people, but at the same time, what you're doing essentially, you are actually making money on the fact of giving away money to people, if done properly with the internal market making team or even hired market making team, because in Solana case it was not internal, it was hired. How did they actually pay off to someone who made Solana not an exit scam and made it the main chain of the cycle thus far? They put him in jail. I think it should be a priority of Solana Foundation, Solana founders to actually get the CEO of Godbit out of jail, because this guy, he made billions of dollars to these people. They don't fucking understand it. It's insane. CZ, do you have a pet dog? Or maybe like he was just like a goal that they used to essentially to sell to make sure that they won't get into trouble. Interesting. CZ, do you have a pet dog? Yes, not Shiba Inu, but Belgian Malinois. So once he shared this, a bunch of coins, a bunch of meme coins started to appear on BNB, on Ethereum as well. They actually went to tens of millions of dollars market cap. Honest, newbie question. Honest, how does this work? I share my dog's name and picture and then people create meme coins. How do you know which one is official? Or does it even matter? I see many people asking for a name and a picture. So some people are saying that he's pretending to not understand how this thing is working, mainly because he's just creating hype around it, right? CZ pretending he's not naive. This is something that we have an explanation here. But Binance also sold reserves. This one is a very interesting piece of alpha because a lot of people do know how they actually caught the top of the previous cycle, how they did this. They had partnerships with exchanges and they just received notifications, information from the exchanges that they live in certain regions and they're stopping their investments into marketing efforts into certain regions out there. This was how people caught the top last cycle. It probably like one of the biggest top signal because exchanges, they're just the main business. They are the casino. They are the main guys out there, right? Even all your meme coin developers, influencers, like they are paying the exchanges to launch their garbage on the exchanges. They are the one who are making money anyway, right? So I'm not even sure about this thing because there were so many things that Binance is not selling themselves. They obviously said that they're not selling, and a lot of people said it's fake. But some people, they just continue to talk about these things. So that's why I have to talk about this one as well. Latest, Binance sold 94% of its Bitcoin reserves, 99.9% of Ethereum, and 99% of Sol in January. Though these were profits, not customer funds. Analyst for up reports. Yeah. Imagine Binance selling customer funds. You can actually figure out if the news is fake or not based on the reaction of the market, right? Like it's bullshit piece of news like Binance sold, but like Binance coin is going up, which means it's fake. Everyone is bridging to BNB. Again, who predicted this? Who said that Blast should be doing the same fucking thing and be building infrastructure currently? I said this. Can you understand that like fucking CZ is doing the things that I'm seeing? Yeah, like it's quite obvious. It's just about the execution. But like what's Trump launched meme coin? CZ is pushing the meme coins. He's also Asian, right? Fucking crazy thing, right? Everyone is bridging to BNB. Yeah, Solana is losing, Base is losing currently because Ethereum is not moving, but I do expect that for some reason actually the thing that meme season on BNB is not going to last long, because I do think that they won't be able to figure out that they actually need the internal market maker to launch meme coins, and they specifically need the internal market maker to launch meme coins in a way that they won't be dropping it. They would be able to reach millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in market cap, which means that they probably would have to spend their own money into doing that. Most likely they're not doing this. Like they won't be able to see the vision. I think they don't know the problems of degens, and they don't see this market structure, this part of the market structure at this stage. I do think that they won't be able to reach this point in the logic that they actually need the internal market maker, or just a market making firm that's partnered with them, but them investing into pumping memes on Binance, on BNB chain. I do think because of the reason they won't see this, they will lose, and BNB season won't last long. And at the same time, with the pumpage of Ethereum, there's a high chance that attention will go back to Base, right? And pumpage of Ethereum should be happening very, very soon. So imagine this free piece of alpha, like only 1K people would essentially see this video. This video, essentially, it pushes the business of CZ like at least 2x in the short term, if he would watch this. But he won't. He won't watch and he won't listen. It's absolutely fucking insane. Absolutely fucking insane to me, right? And I know all of this shit. And I can implement it, right? Cake is doing more volume than all other dexes. Yep, so the first coin I actually wanted to tell you to buy in February is Cake. Obviously it's pumped already, but you know guys, you probably received your safety and things like that. But I would say that the risk for this one is quite high, because the main thing is whether or not the meme season on BNB is going to continue, right? And like I'm thinking that probably they won't be able to sustain it, because they will not reach this thought themselves that they actually need to put money into meme coins, into pumpage of meme coins on chain. I don't think they will be able to reach this, which would result in what? They will mention some memes, they will use some accounts. After time, everyone would stop giving a fuck. Launch of CZ Binance doc would be seen as the top by the market, and they will just fucking leave. Probably to Ethereum, probably to Base, right? What Binance need to sustain is to start pouring money themselves into this thing and make sure that memes are actually reaching proper targets. Make sure that memes are not fucking dying. And preferably actually do this with existing memes on chain, because if you are doing it with new memes, what you're doing, you are actually inviting people to speculate. You are benefiting speculators. But at the same time, you have a bunch of people that were holding coins on BNB chain. What you have to do, you have to buy out the supplies of coins with strong communities and pump them. Because what you would be doing then, you would be incentivizing the holders' behavior. And fucking speculators, fuck themselves. Like, you need to get rid of the fucking speculators on chain and benefit and incentivize the holders. This is something I don't think that they will be able to get into themselves as well. CZ, like, he needs to watch this video, but he won't. And he will lose fucking chance to dominate with BNB chain out there, right? It's absolutely fucking insane. So you need to get rid of fucking speculators. Because if things are going to do well, if things are actually going good for you, speculators will join anyway. And I would say that speculators, they're detrimental for any chain, because they're common, they have skills, they have experience, they're just sucking out money. They're sucking out money from the chain, they're sucking out money from tourists. They actually make tourists poor, they rob them, which essentially leads to the fact that tourists are not staying on the chain, right? That's why you actually need to be buying out supply of the current coins of people who are loyal to you and pumping the current coins first, right? This is something that happened with Bonk on Solana. Who did this? Godbit did that. How they played the guy? What they did? They fucking put him in jail. Stupid fucking people. Like, I don't know. If I would be Solana Foundation, probably like find an army, like sponsor an army to get this guy out of jail. It's actually fucking insane. Like, only if they used him as scapegoat, like I would understand. But it's still evil. It's fucking evil. Like, the guy made you so much fucking money. It's insane. DEX was the highest trading volume of a boss the past 24 hours and in the last 7 days. So if you think BNB season continues, you buy PancakeSwap. If not, you're not. Your main metrics is whether or not BNB is getting internal market making, whether or not BNB is trying to pump not fucking new memes, because you're not incentivizing believers of the chain if you're creating new memes and pumping new memes. You're only doing that if they're pumping existing memes on chain, right? If they don't give a shit about them, because these guys are fucking rich. Like being like trying to solve the problems on rich people in this fucking market is fucking insane. Like degens are not rich. Degens are looking to make money. You create network effect when you solve the problem of people who are trying to make money. And I gave you the fucking blueprint for any fucking chain out there. It's insane. And no one will fucking watch this video. How the fuck I can understand these things better? Probably because like I actually spoke to these people. I know these people. I've been in Crash private community from the beginning. I spoke to CEO of Godbit multiple times as well. Insane. Imagine having this type of expertise at your hands and not fucking using it. Cake just burned $15 million. Yeah, nice, but again, if this thing will be able to sustain BNB season, it's going to be nice. If not, it will just suck ass. Is Sonic finally rising? So I'm quite cautious about Sonic. Why? Because they obviously paid a bunch of money to influencers, and influencers are talking about them, which means that. And actually, initially, like I want to put a different coin. I will tell you what type of coin I wanted to push here as well, right? It's just that this thing is strong right now in the current reversal, and that's why like I'm essentially talking about this one. While others chains are bleeding, TVL Sonic is exploding. Yeah, the growth of TVL on chain is very, very nice, right? You can see that it's plus 20% in 7 days and plus 200% in 1 month. Which is great, right? Let's actually see why the fuck I don't see Blast right here. I thought that Blast TVL is 600 million, but I don't see it here. Interesting. I thought it's 600 million. What the fuck? Let's check out this one. Blast number 29 with 200. Well, TVL 200 million, Bridge TVL 600 million. Yeah, so it's some fucking difference. And let's check out Sonic Bridge TVL. Wow. So still, right? Can you see it? Blast Bridge TVL 600 million, Sonic Bridge TVL 400 million. Which means that, what is the market cap of Sonic? I think it's in the fucking billions, right? What is the market cap of Blast? $100 billion. Insane. But anyway, like this chain is going to die if they're not going to implement the blueprint. Maybe I should start a company and just go to chains and just implement these blueprints of running proper meme seasons on these fucking chains. Like I'm probably following this expertise, like following the things I know, there are probably very few people that understand and have seen the same thing happen. Because Crash started like a meme season on base, right? And the reason they could have an option on not having a market maker to pump their own coins is because the market was very, very bullish at that time. And base thesis was very, very exciting. But at the same time, after Crash, I would say along with Crash, a bunch of scammers, they went on chain and started to pump their own memes, right? And everyone was just very, very rich at that time. So it was like a peak of the bull market and of the alt season. And that's why in this case, you cannot be pouring money into pushing meme coins by yourself. In other cases, like currently, you have to, right? But you always have to incentivize holders of the chain, believers. Because if you're just launching new meme coins, you're incentivizing fucking traders. You need to pump all the current shit on the chain as well, or you lose. Top projects with volume higher than usual. Sonic number 1 in volume increase, plus 10%. Nice, volume increase is usually a metric to show some growth. But again, compare the market cap of this thing. Do we actually have it here? 1.6 billion, right? Blast Bridge TTVL is bigger by 50%. Plus market cap is 16 times lower. This fucking market is insane. Like I don't get it, right? So actually, I also wanted to have Sushi on here, and I wanted to remove Joe from this list, and I wanted to actually have Sushi on the list. So the thought process here is very, very simple. We are in the very, very small pocket of time when chains will try to overcome and attract meme season on the chains. BNB is doing that. Probably for more and more chain founders, it will be obvious. Like, I don't fucking understand why it's not obvious for the chain founders at this stage. It's crazy because imagine like they are late by 1.5 years. Because like AVAX Foundation started to pump memes, like first AVAX season was in December 2023. And Crash with his like group, they were already there. Wolf on AVAX is just a failed attempt of Breton Base, right? And they were not thinking that Breton Base would be such a success. It was the same thing right there, right? Exactly the same narrative, exactly the same thing. So it's absolutely fucking insane to me that these chain founders are not seeing that, but it's probably not the topic. So with this one, what do we have? I want to talk about Sushi, I want to talk about Joe. Very, very similar thing to PancakeSwap. It's a tool to operate the casino in the right way, where people can actually swap coins out there, right? And some also mentioned that this is BNB and AVAX meme season currently at this stage. This is something that he mentioned and he shared himself. And memes on AVAX, they definitely start to push, they start to pump. And guys on AVAX, they definitely do see this as a tool to pump things on the chain. And they were definitely actually putting some money into the coins out there. It's a very interesting thing of why the meme season did not continue on AVAX. Probably because they actually decided to stop pouring money into AVAX ecosystem memes after the new year. And Solana just continued. Because during the time when the whole meme coin game died in the last year, end of 2023, like December, I would say even January, during the January dip, meme coins on Sol, they were fucking down bad as well. Like all your weaves, they were very, very low. Like I think 22 cents or something like that. And like right after, when market became bullish again, people started to buy into Sol memes again. But I do believe that there were definitely some capital injections from Solana Foundation into weave. And there were no capital injections into AVAX memes. And that's why AVAX sucked, right? And they could have done things differently. They could have at least like taken base mindshare. Probably, maybe they invested too much in the first meme season in December. Maybe they just invested too much. So Joe is the main DEX on AVAX, right? And if you're betting on AVAX meme season, you might be buying into this one. Sushi is the main DEX between Ethereum layer 2s. On Ethereum, people are also using this, and I just like the strength of Sushi Swap coin, so I would also suggest to be getting into this one. Listed on Kraken, right? You have number one DEX on AVAX. This is Joe. Low FDV for the main DEX of a 10 billion market cap chain. Yeah, so you can see that the FDV is very, very close to market cap, mainly because most of the unlocks happened. PancakeSwap in comparison is 9 times bigger than this one. And I think the ratio is way different with BNB, because BNB should be around $100 billion in market cap currently, and PancakeSwap is only 1 billion, right? Yeah, it's actually, the ratio is quite similar. So if AVAX will go up, and AVAX should go up with Ethereum, with them trying to do some meme season on chain, this thing should also be going up as well. So this is pretty much it. 3 things that I wanted to share at this stage. I also shared this crazy blueprint on how to pump any chain into Valhalla. I probably should not be sharing this for free. But it's still about execution. I think I probably responded to some final questions that some people had about the blueprint, but it's also about execution. But again, once you have the money and control that these chains have, especially some older things like BNB, you can fucking launch a Polkadot season tomorrow, and you can make Polkadot volumes top 2 after Solana if you do these things properly. Because the only thing that influencers care about, most of them are bandits. They're like criminals. They are following one chain to the second chain to the third chain, where any volume is happening in order to rob people that are actually making money on this chain. So it's insane. They give some money, they give some time to make money on the chain, then they feel salty that they missed it, then they come and they rob. A bunch of people essentially did the same thing. With Breton base, they also came to base after Toshi narrative succeeded essentially, and with Brett case, they definitely made a bunch of money to a bunch of people. Obviously, a bunch of people were exit liquidity as well, but Brett was able to sustain high market cap for quite some time. This is pretty much it. To sum up, Pancake, Sushi, and Joe, exactly same type of fundamentals, same type of narrative. Charts are quite good, right? As other option is Sonic out there, but anyway, I do think that altcoin market is going to send very, very soon. The real question is that are we going 20% deep from here or not? I think that we should. Despite this, I'm actually longing. And worst case scenario, we're going to $2,000 Ethereum as Capo shares. I'm not seeing this currently. I think it would be just the too obvious bottom, and I think people would start buying before this would happen. But it would obviously be very, very nice manipulation by the market makers, because in this case, they will liquidate most people who are still longing at this stage. They will liquidate me, for example, right? And I will feel very fucking bad if they liquidate me here. Thank you very much for watching this one. Stay healthy and rich, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.